Hey everybody, it's Jason with Threefold Solutions. Exciting news today. Planning Center just released a long awaited feature update, however you want to look at it. It is called custom email senders. And what that now means is you now have the opportunity to finally, thank you, Planning Center, to send on behalf of someone else. And that means most of the time for all those folks who are admins who use Planning Center and want to send an email on behalf of the pastor, you now have that ability. Let's take a look at it. I'm going to jump in and show you how to do that in this particular video. Let's look at how to set that up, how you actually send it, and then let's take a look at what the verification process looks like to get this thing kind of set up in the system, and other people can potentially use this address as well. But before we do that, I just want to mention we love making videos for people who use Planning Center. It's our passion. We're also one of those migration people. We actually help people who aren't using Planning Center yet make the move from their old system, whether that's ACS or CCB or shepherd staff, whatever it may be. We're the guys who jump in, walk alongside you, migrate your data over to Planning Center so you can start using Planning Center better. That's one of our favorite things to do, is help people start experiencing the blessing of Planning Center and all the benefits that come with it. But having said that, please give us a like, subscribe to the channel. If you want to learn new things about Planning Center on a regular basis, that's what we have this channel for. We're here to help share the information and spread it out so you can get quick tips and tricks on how to use Planning Center better. Okay, let's jump right into that video and take a look at how to get this set up. All right, here we are. We're looking at the front door to People here. And the first thing I want to show you is, where do I go to even set this up? So it's found under the People menu. So let's go to People. And then right here on the sprocket, you have a new option called Manage Custom Senders. Now you can see I've set up two of these, and one of them's for Pastor Bob Smith and one's for Pastor John Jones. And they each have different email addresses, and I just threw some email addresses in here. But let's take a look at what it looks like when we go here. We can click Add Sender, and you'll see now you have the opportunity to populate this information here. So type in the name. Who's it coming from? Pastor so-and-so. It's always going to come from this email address, though. So mailer@churchcenteronline.com is the actual address that the email will be sent from. And then you'll see here that you can have the actual reply to email address, and that can be different. But the idea here is you might be sending on behalf of somebody, and you might want to use a different email address, like a catch-all, or even your own address, so that you can basically be the one to reply to those emails. Now, down here, we also have the ability to give others the chance to send emails on behalf of this person. And you can see this is our very similar, typical add collaborators type of window here. So what we're basically doing here is just choosing who else gets to use it. And that may just be a person. So you may go in here and you may say, I'm just going to add a single person who can use that. And of course, I've already basically got permission, so it's not going to allow me to do it. But you might find somebody else who's basically looking, and just type their name in there. It will add them. And then I want you to notice here, when it's all managers, which is what it defaults to as a collaborator permission, if you click on this little circle I over here, it says all managers can view and manage all custom senders. So if you do have this set up, a manager obviously has the built-in opportunity to manage these collaborator settings. Okay, now that we've got these two set up, let's take a look at Pastor Bob Smith here. It's going to tell us that there's a verification pending. Now, that means it's the system. Planning Center has sent us an actual verification email to this address. And in this case, it's just janedoe@threefoldchurch.net. Now, I want to show you what that email looks like so you can watch for it, and how you can take action to get this verified. So let's take a look at that next. Okay, here's what that email is going to look like. Now, you can see here that it's basically just a simple email telling us that Planning Center is asking us to approve this and grant permission. So I'm going to go down here and click on Grant Permission. That's going to take me back, and it's going to verify that I did receive the email and I did provide permissions for somebody to utilize this inside of Planning Center. So go ahead and click Grant Permission, and let's jump back over to Planning Center real quick. Okay, now let's take a look at what that looks like back on Planning Center. You're going to have this grant permissions pop up. Go ahead and click yes, grant permissions. It's going to tell you that it's been verified, and now you can close this page. And then we're going to refresh over here on people, and you can now see that this Pastor John Jones one and all managers has been verified. So this verification pending will disappear, and now it's verified. Okay, now that it's set up, how do we use it? What can we do with it? Let's go over to lists and let's go ahead and just use this pastor communication list that I have already set up. And I'm going to go ahead and click right here on the little email paper airplane. And I want you to see the send email option is here. Now, when you click on the from drop down, you will now see that you have a new email address that you can send on behalf of. Who's it from? It's from Pastor John. Now, the other thing is Pastor Bob is not available because it's unverified. So it also shows us that. And of course, if you're a manager, you can see managing senders as an option here too, and would jump us right back over to that verification screen. Now, the other thing here is if you're sending through MailChimp, this is not going to be an option. So just FYI. And of course, if you're sending through MailChimp, you're probably already handling the situation. This is for more of those personal, direct communications where you're sending on behalf of somebody. It gives you that option now to set up this custom email address. We've waited forever for this, and I'm so glad to see it now in Planning Center. This now gives you that opportunity. Send it on behalf of that person. Go ahead and use your template and put the information in that you would normally do when you send it. It's just the fact that it's now coming from Pastor John and it has an email address associated with it. And this is a wonderful thing. We're so glad to see it. Go ahead and practice it. Try it out for yourself. I think you're going to love it. Have a great day. We'll keep making these videos and we'll keep cranking out more and more for people who like to learn more about Planning Center people. That's all for this one.